Why is society supporting the crazies? Now, I'll tell you, not all of this one's going to make it over to YouTube because I got some spicy stuff to talk about and YouTube doesn't let me. Why is society supporting the crazies? Right now, the crazies are overrunning the asylum. This is not the story I had pulled up, Daily Mail. Here it is. Daily Mail once a day likes to refresh their cover page and it screws it up. All right. Phenomenally bright teen at Melbourne private school claims she now identifies as a cat, as it's revealed why it's revealed why everybody is being supportive. Now, they did a story where a teacher was saying that one of their students identified as a cat, and I guess she was a part-time teacher, and they said it wasn't true. Well, now they have an actual student. They say 8-year student, which is, I guess, 8-year student is probably, 8th grader maybe? At Melbourne private school. Private school reportedly identifies as a cat. The girl is phenomenally bright, but is nonverbal at school, which supports her. There have been other reports of students identifying as cats in Brisbane. The trend of adopting a furry animal identity is well-established subculture. Do you think that supporting this and doing this is going to help these people in society as a whole? And I mean, I'll get into the story here in a second, but look, if a kid wants to stay up super late and eat crap food and not exercise, you end up with a very unhealthy, fat, sickly kid that's stupid and falls asleep in school and doesn't do well. But you've let them do what they've wanted. You're not helping them. Sometimes you got to guide people. Sometimes you got to help them along. You're not helping them. They say a teenage girl now reportedly identifies as a cat, where she attends Melbourne school, supporting her animal behavior. The year 8 student does not speak during school hours, according to the report, despite being described as phenomenally bright. A parent reportedly told the paper the school let the girl behave like a cat as long as it did not distract her or other students. Yeah, you're right. Having a girl not make any noise and just kind of meows and licks herself in the back of the room is not a distraction for anybody. No one seems to have a protocol for students identifying as animals, but the approach has been that if it doesn't disrupt the school, everyone's being supportive. And you're doing this girl a huge, huge disservice. The school did not confirm the student's behavior in a statement to the Herald Sun, but said its staff is dealing with a range of psychological issues. Why are all these young kids having so many psychological issues? It's got to be the internet. It's got to be TikTok. It's got to be all the other crazy. You're throwing too much at kids. My childhood was so innocent compared to what kids go through today. Trisen, thank you for the $1. She needs therapy. WTF are they doing? They don't care. They do not care about these kids. USG 283A sent a $20 tip. Thank you very much. Hi. Hi there. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You're not doing these kids any favors. And the thing is, they don't care. School at this point has just become an indoctrination place and a place to get money. Like, just collect money, whatever. Who cares if the kids learn something? Who cares? We're just going to collect money. That's what schools are right now. They say in a statement, our approach is always unique to the student, and we will take into account professional advice and the well-being of the student. No, you won't. You're teachers. You're not mental therapists. You're not therapists. You're teachers. And the thing is, the parents are obviously on board with this. They said the Herald Sun also reported there was a boy who identified himself for a dog for a period of time and has been treated by a Melbourne psychologist. Why? Look, I mean, again, my school was a pretty decent-sized school. There was not one student that had a mental breakdown. There wasn't one student that came in and with a, long-range lead-throwing hole puncher to take anybody out. Wasn't kids that went cuckoo for Cocoa. It just didn't happen. But why is this happening more and more and more? It's because of society and parents letting their phones and the apps and all the other crap raise their kids. It's these single moms that have to work, not getting enough money from the government. Maybe dad's not around anymore. They said in March it was reported the female student at an elite Brisbane private school were walking on all fours and cutting holes in their uniforms for tails because they identify as cats or foxes. It's virtue signaling. It's getting attention. Pay attention to me. I'm special. I'm special. I'm unique. I'm weird. I'm interesting. I'm this. I'm that. And where do they get it from? They get it from their mother that's on OF or on TikTok doing videos and paying attention to me. I'm special. This is the snowflake generation. The everybody is special. Everybody gets a participation trophy award. Everybody deserves the best. Everybody is loved. You are unique and special. This is the progeny. These are the kids coming from those wackadoos. And these kids are even worse. Idiocracy, man. Like, it's a funny movie. They're talking 500 years in the future. We're literally down to like 500 days in the future. Because they're reporting that female students, multiples, are walking on fours and cutting holes in their uniform. It's make-believe. This is the new goth kid. This is the new dude with the long hair in the jean jacket with the Metallica and the Megadeth patches that smokes in the bathroom. That's what this is now. Except the difference is that, students were still, like, whether you wore a jean jacket and you smoked in the bathroom and that kind of thing, or you were a weird goth dude with a purple mohawk or whatever, you still had to show up to class. You still had to fit in with everybody else. You still had to be a productive member of society, or you got sent to the principal's office. You got in trouble. Here, they're like, go ahead, be weird. You're special. We're going to treat you special. And yeah, these kids may grow out of it, but how much of an education are they getting? I was reading somewhere that 99% of California high school graduates, and maybe it wasn't California, maybe it was LA specifically, but it's like Los Angeles or San Francisco or one of these places, 99% of them were not leaving school with like a 9th grade math education, and something like 2/3 couldn't read or write to a proficient level. Yeah, you're doing them a great service by letting them pretend to be a cat, though, while they're leaving. Thank God I'm 50. I'm not quite 50 yet. Thank God I'm 49. I'll be dead by the time these people get into government and power. I'll be dead by then. Shippo Shadow sent $50. Thank you again. I like Megadeth. I do, too. There's actually a on Amazon Prime, I have that because I get stuff shipped to me. There's actually what's what I'm looking for? A Dave Mustaine documentary that I'm going to watch later on today. When a girl went to sit at a spare desk, another girl screamed at her and said she was sitting on her tail. There's a slit in the child's uniform where the tail apparently is, which is a pretend tail. So the girl split her dress to pretend she had a tail, and another child sat where the pretend tail was, and the child screamed that the child sat on her imaginary tail. Okay. But here's the thing. You don't know what to believe and what not to believe anymore because these people are literally insane. And even if they're just playing, like they're playing pretend, and again, I don't know what 8th year, I think that means 8th year of school, and if they start at 5 years old, that means that it's like an 8th grade, or here in the U.S., that's like a 13-year-old. You're feeding into their craziness. I got nothing. And for adults, I say, look, do what you want to do. You want to go all wackadoo and crazy and whatever. Do what you want to do. I don't care. But you've had an upbringing where you could make sense of stuff. And as we go down this craziness train, you got Metaverse now, which is allowing kids, because Metaverse is with the virtual goggles and all that stuff, And the sign-up age for Metaverse is 13. They're allowing kids to visit, adult dancing clubs and watching simulated acts. Sherwood said some of the rooms felt similar to what you might see in the red light district in Amsterdam or the more seedy parts of London and Soho at night. And you got to be 13 and you can go in and watch this virtually. Undercover researcher posing as 13-year-old girl has exposed dangerous Metaverse app. And what's the point to this? What's the point? Again, we're supporting the crazies. They want people to be stupid and confused and malleable and lost and not have stoicism and not have, the intelligence and the wherewithal to make it through life. They want that. They want you stupid and controllable. And that's what the government thinks of you. Tries in $1, thank you. Damn, those kids used to grow out of it, affirming this is just harmful. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and they grow into the weird influencers and TikTokers that are on. BBC News researcher Jess Sherwood created a fake profile, set up an account where real identity was not checked, and used an app with a minimum age rating of 13. In VR chat, the researcher was able to visit virtual reality rooms where 3D avatars were seen simulating spicy activities. She was shown toys, spicy toys, and jimmies, and said she was approached by numerous adult men. While not created by Meta itself, the app can be downloaded from the App Store on the Meta Quest headset. And why are they supporting the crazies? Because they want you stupid and gullible and malleable and confused? That's the way they want you. So all I can think is this stuff is just going to continue. This is just going to get worse and worse and worse until eventually these people are the ones that are in. I mean, if you just looked at, what was it, the Prime Minister of Finland or one of the, countries up to the north there, she's young, she's relatively attractive, and she had video of her partying it up and having a good old time. I have no problems with somebody partying it up and having a good old time when you're 26 or 28 or whatever. But you're going to tell me that this is the person I'm supposed to have confidence in, that knows our financial systems or knows how to handle a conflict between countries, or if Russia decides to drop a couple of boom booms on the country, that she's going to be like, okay, here's the plan of action? Or is she just going to freak out and go have a couple of sips of, vodka and go back to, I don't know, dancing at a nightclub? Like, that's what, and the fall of Rome and the fall of many of these countries was to debauchery and other things, but it was also due to inflation and the devaluing of the monetary systems and a decline in culture. Well, we're seeing all the same stuff now. Just something to keep in mind as things fall apart.